What's going on, boxing fans? Julian Williams with The Distance. I have a fantasy matchup for you today. This is from Tyson is the Best Ever. This one is Muhammad Ali versus Lennox Lewis. They told me to kind of analyze this in the realm of a trilogy. So I'm gonna analyze. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna analyze the fight. I'm gonna analyze both styles, and then I'm gonna get into what I think. We'll start off with Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis, like I said in our other videos, set up his opponents with the left jab. He would hold quite a bit. He would hold, and sometimes he'd sneak in his right hand. Following up that left jab. So with Muhammad Ali's style, Muhammad Ali was the type of fighter that necessarily moved around the ring quite a bit. He moved around the ring. He evaded shots, by moving back and side to side. But the fact of the matter is this: I've never recalled Muhammad Ali ever, kind of slipping a punch, like going underneath the punch. So against the Lennox Lewis jab, it's like, how does he protect himself against a Lennox Lewis jab? Muhammad Ali has to keep a lot of distance from Lennox Lewis. Now, Sonny Liston wasn't able to get set and get his shots off, and I don't think Muhammad Ali would let Lennox Lewis get set, to throw his jab. So and Lennox Lewis, he was just the type of fighter he had to be set when he threw his jab, and Muhammad Ali just provided constant movement. A fighter with a longer reach but not as tall and not as broad as Lennox Lewis was Sonny Liston. Sonny Liston had an 84-inch reach, but Sonny Liston wasn't able to catch Ali with anything in 1964. And Ali, just simply outboxed him in the first fight. Just simply outboxed him. And Lennox Lewis, who at times could be a bit robotic, but it worked for him. It worked. And he wasn't robotic like Klitschko robotic, but it was kind of like sometimes it was just like it was a bit of the same thing every fight. And other than that, he was very patient. He did everything in a timing manner. But what was underrated about Lennox Lewis was his timing. His timing was very good. Look at the second Hasim Rahman fight. Look at the Michael Grant fight. Lennox Lewis was able to time. If you look at the second fight with Rahman, he was able to time that beautiful 1-2, which sent Rahman down for the count. And Sonny Liston didn't have the timing that Lennox Lewis had. Lennox Lewis had much better timing. I think Lennox Lewis is a lot more skilled than Sonny Liston. But really, I really don't know why I'm comparing Liston and Lewis. They were totally different fighters. Maybe that's another fantasy matchup, but Ali versus Lennox Lewis, I just see Ali moving around the ring, sidestepping, evading a lot of Lennox Lewis shots and hitting them with combinations, over and over again. That's just what I see happening in a fight like this, because Ali's not going to give you that set target. He's not going to give you a stationary target. He's going to constantly move. And Lennox Lewis wasn't necessarily a fighter he wasn't necessarily a pressure fighter. He was more of a intelligent boxer. It was a chess match with Lennox Lewis. So and Ali, for him to win the match, Ali would just have to stay on the outside, dance around with him, and use all kinds of lateral movement. Use the lateral movement, throw his combinations, and just stay on the outside. And Lennox Lewis, who at times later in fights could just kind of zero in and close the gap, and sometimes he would go for the kill, sometimes he wouldn't go for the kill. But Lennox Lewis, I think that Lennox Lewis, the thing with Lennox Lewis is he was just at times he was too safe, and at times he just wouldn't take risk. And I don't think he would take any risk with Muhammad Ali. I think that Muhammad Ali, in his prime, when I think Ali in his prime, could have been was on his way to becoming the greatest heavyweight boxer ever, in the history of sports. Same with 86 or 88 Mike Tyson. Same with Joe Louis before he went to the quote unquote war. And he didn't even fight much when he went to the World War II. But Muhammad Ali was in that same category, in that same lineage. And I just think, like I said, the constant movement, the constant combinations, the combinations that he threw, the speed that he had would just be too much trouble for Lennox Lewis. And I just see Ali outboxing Lennox Lewis in a first fight. In the second fight, I see Ali knocking him out. I see Ali overwhelming him with speedy shots, with speedy combinations, and just using the good footwork that he has an advantage. Really, I don't see it. I see a second fight being similar to Ali Liston 2, or and because what stands out to me is Ali Liston when I think of this fight. Though Lennox Lewis is a lot more skilled than Sonny Liston, and I thought was a smarter boxer. I just think Ali just simply outboxes Lennox Lewis and stays on the outside. I don't think he'll let Lennox Lewis touch him with any shot. Even though he has a longer reach and he's the taller fighter. I just see, like I said, I see Ali outboxing him in one fight. In the second fight, I just see him knocking him out. I don't really see a trilogy with Lewis versus Ali, but I do see 2 fights. I would see only 2 fights at least, and the second fight, Ali knocking him out. So anyway, that was the distance. Thanks for watching. Peace.